afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're at Sabre Machine Tool in Oldcastle, Ontario, which is kind of on the edge of Windsor, Ontario. And we're visiting with Terry Miller. He's one of the co-owners here at the shop. And what it is about 1 year later, and now we're going to compare bills, and we're going to find out right from the man and the people that work here exactly what they feel about our LED equipment. Now, Terry, as we mentioned, it's been about a year since we had the equipment installed in your facility. Is there any quick things that you noticed right away when you installed the equipment?
Well, when we were putting them in, we've seen a difference in one side to the other in the shop. As soon as you walk from the one side with the metal halide, the bulbs were getting kind of old, but we walked from one side to the other. You could almost sense a mood change, like it was like you walked outside. That kind of mood change.
Yeah, a general sense of well-being. Yeah. Our light is a lot of people refer to our light as cool. Really kind of cool, refreshing type of light.
You can see the colors a lot different. The walls look like they were a different color, a different shade of blue.
Yes.
When you're in the LEDs compared to the metal halides.
Yeah, because you have true color rendering compared to the sheen that's created by other lighting and such. One of the things I noticed here, and this is a case study right here, and when we had talked to Terry, of course he was a little apprehensive and unsure because of new technology and such. But he was willing, and thankfully he was, to go ahead with the project. And at the time, we had done the math on him. By what I mean by that is taking out so many watts and replacing them with so many watts. We kind of forecasted that he would be saving about $1,081 per month, and the return on investment to change out this lighting would be around 2 years. So now, as we get the math back in from his administration staff, who again just love the lighting, it's like working outside, no glare off or computer monitor and so on. The results are in, ladies and gentlemen. You ready? The true number is they've been saving an average of $2,634 a month, and their ROI dropped all the way down to 8 months. That's right, that's 8 months. So from the time they put it in, 8 months later the equipment was entirely paid for. They still have another, well, it'd be close to 6 years under warranty, and odds are that equipment in their ceiling is probably going to last somewhere in the neighborhood of about a dozen years. Is there anything else you wanted to add about that, Terry?
No.
No?
It's.
Do you regret doing it? Obviously not.
No,
kind of a silly question.
Yeah, now that I see the savings and the light difference, it's nice that you can turn the lights on and off real quick. If we have quite a few power outages around here compared to the metal halide. As soon as the power comes back on, the lights come back on. So
yeah, you don't have to wait around a half an hour. One of the other things, I was talking to one of your gentlemen in the back, they were mentioning that you have the ability to turn the light off on the one side of the factory, especially at night, because you're not in there too much. Like, kind of like the tool room, if you will, or the pattern room. So at night, as the gentleman working on the other side where the CNC cutting equipment is, you can actually turn the lights off on the other side, and then when you need to run in there for 2 minutes to fix something, you just flip that switch right on, instant light, and away you go. So that's got to compound the savings as well. One of the things I figured out here as we've gone through your billing and looking at the new prices and such, there is definitely a proportionate drop on your demand charges, which of course it takes into account the fees and the taxes. And I don't know about you, but I don't like paying taxes, so I got you in a position where you're paying a lot less tax. You must like that.
Oh yeah.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time with us today and demonstrating to the folks that will be looking at this video down the road, taking the chat with us and getting the results. So in other words, you'd never go back to metal halides or fluorescents, would you?
No.
Thanks for taking the time today, Terry. Appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for stopping by. Right now we're talking to Dennis Bondi. He's been an employee here at Sabre Machine Tool for a little over 7 years. He had worked under the metal halide lighting that we had in the factory beforehand, and of course he's been working under the LED lighting ever since. Dennis, what do you find the biggest difference between the LED lighting and the old metal halide lighting?
Well, first off, it's a little more visible and it's kind of more like a natural lighting, and I just find it's all around better lighting environment.
It's a lot easier on your eyes, and it's a lot easier to see with your eyes.
Correct, yeah.
Well, there's a good reason for that. We create what is called scotopic lumens, which is the same kind of light that Mother Nature makes. We duplicate about 90% of that spectrum. And that's why as you're working away, you're reading fine print, your patterns and your mold, that you don't get any eye strain or any migraine headaches, and you just have a general sense of well-being. So you vote to keep the LED lighting and don't bring back the metal halides?
Definitely.
Thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.